Good morning. We're going to give it a few seconds here for anybody else that's out there that wants to connect with us. Give them a chance to connect. So we'll just wait a few seconds here until 10 o'clock. Hope you're having a great weekend. Okay. So first of all, welcome Bonneville County. I am Kevin Cook. You have just joined Breakfast with the Cooks live on Facebook. My better half, Sherry, is not joining with us today. We've got a house full of family, and so she's being a great mom and grandmother, and so you're stuck with me this morning. So anyway, I won the Republican Party primary for the Senate seat in District 30. Here in Bonneville County. I'm running it on post in November, but I still need to campaign, and so those who are interested in having a sign in your yard or having a bigger sign, a 4 foot by 8 foot in a piece of property that you have that's vacant, I would love to hear from you. If you would just text me, email me, instant message me if you'd be willing to have a sign in your yard, that would be awesome. Thank you. So that's coming in November. As we were during the campaign season, we were doing this Breakfast with the Cooks every Saturday morning. But since we're kind of out of campaign mode for right now, we've cut it back to the first Saturday of every month. And so that's where we'll be at. And then hopefully during the session, we'll be doing this every Saturday morning and give you a chance to know what's going on in the session and what we're working on. I guess probably the biggest thing on people's minds right now that they wish would go away is COVID-19. It's still out there. It's still doing well. Our numbers who are testing positive is on the rise, and I guess that's expected. With the more people that get tested, the more people you're going to find. The great news is there's very few that are passing away because of the virus. Even though one is one too many. But 17th Street is busy again. Our stores are open. Business is going, and so that's exciting to see. I think the big discussion we have now is what are we going to do this fall as schools are supposed to start, universities and colleges, and what's going to happen there. And then again, Bonneville County just came out, the health department came out and says we're required to wear masks. And so you got to think about what do we do there? Everybody has their opinion on whether they want to wear a mask. I'll give you a talk with an individual who is a prominent individual in Bonneville County, very well respected, and we were discussing the wearing of masks, and he says if it's just wearing something that is that's a nuisance to him. He says if it's such a nuisance, and if just by wearing a mask will guarantee or help our businesses to stay open and get our economy back roaring like it was, he says then I can put up with wearing a stinking mask. And I'll have to agree with him there. Anyway, some of the other things that are going on in the area, even though we are out of session, the legislative session is not being held right now, I'm amazed about how much work is being done. There's a lot of committees people are meeting and discussing and coming up with bills and new things that need to be addressed. I think the biggest thing that I'm interested in anyway, I'm passionate about education, is we've got the interim committee meeting, and they're discussing the Idaho Content Standards. Their charge is to undertake and complete a study of the Idaho Content Standards and to consider and recommend new content standards for Idaho schools. Now you got to remember that the standards, their job is not to define what the curriculum is. That's our school board. That's us as parents meeting with the school board. Their job is to come up with the curriculum. Okay? This legislators committee, they're coming up with the standards. Now also, this committee is not to come up and say, this is how you will teach these standards. That rolls down to our teachers, who are professional teachers. They were the ones that will come up with how to teach our children. So this committee, they're supposed to come up with, okay, each time you advance to a new grade, so at the conclusion of one grade, they're going to come up and say, this is what this individual, this child, should be able to do. So addition, multiplication, subtraction, certain things like that. In English, being able to analyze a sentence and tear it apart and find subjects and verbs and adjectives and so forth. That's what they will do with the standards. So they have been meeting. They met June 22nd, and if you didn't get an opportunity to see that live or go back to Boise and sit in the committee meeting, you can still watch that. They video those, and so if you go to the state legislative website, you will be able to see what was discussed and what they're working on. Also, they've got another meeting coming up again this Thursday at, I believe it's at 9 a.m. Again, you can watch it live. Or if 9 a.m. isn't good for you, if you're working, then later at night you can get on and look at that and watch it as it's recorded. But I encourage you to get involved with these standards. They're standards for our future, for our kids and grandkids, and we need to take a part about that. The really cool thing is we have some pretty darn good representatives from Bonneville County that is on this committee. So we have Senator Dave Lent, who is a senator in the District 33, and then we have Representative Marshall, who is representative from District 30. And so both of those individuals have a great education background and are also passionate about education, and they're working on this Senate. And I guarantee you they welcome your input, your questions, get a hold of them and find out what's going on. There's other things going on. The State Affairs Committee, they meet this Wednesday. The Intrastate Commercial Air Service Committee meets Friday, and the Financial Appropriations Working Group is meeting next week. All of those schedules are online. You can go and look at those. Those are on the Idaho State Legislative website. Again, if you can't make it live, you can go and look at the recording after. 2 weeks ago, we had a lunch meeting with all of the legislators from District 33 and District 30. Those are the Bonneville County people. And so we met with the senators and the representatives over lunch, and it was just good to get to know them as we're going to be working together. Also, as we discussed, our discussion kind of turned to education, which is really cool. Being passionate about education, it was very interesting to hear from Senator Marshall, or Representative Marshall and Senator Lent, of what they're working on with the education and how things are going. This Monday, I have a short meeting with Senator Anthem. He is the Majority Caucus Chair, and I'll be meeting with him and hopefully getting a little bit of education of how things work back in Boise. Senator Winter gave me a whole list of things to read, and I'm working through that list, and that's hopefully bringing me up to speed to know how to work the process back there and the rules. And so I'm excited about that. Well, you know, there's 2 sacred days in a week, and that is Sunday and Saturday, and today is Saturday, and you need to be spending time with your family, and so we're going to cut this short and call it good. But anyway, this is Breakfast with the Cooks. So next month is the first Saturday there is the Labor Day weekend, and so I'm going to push Breakfast with the Cooks back a week, and so we won't be doing this until the 12th, September 12th at 10 a.m. on Facebook. So anyway, love to hear from you, some of your concerns, some of your questions, thoughts. Email and text me, instant message. I really would like to hear what's going on and how I can help out. I'm excited about this upcoming session, and it's going to be a busy one. I'm positive of that. Anyway, join the movement. Join us. And together, as we work together, we can put Idaho first. Thank you. Have a great Saturday.